How's it go, guys? Welcome to this week's episode of The Link, brought to you by expforall.net. I'm Blake, and I'm happy to be back once again doing The Link weekly videos for you guys. It's been a long time since I've been doing these, and I'm finally happy to be back doing these. This week we got a ton of news, actually, surprisingly. There's been quite a few pretty surprising announcements coming out of the gaming industry this week. Be touching on some of those today. Hope you guys enjoy it. So, if you're a huge Destiny fan like me and you haven't abandoned ship and are still playing Destiny 2, Bungie is readying up the next expansion for us, and they released a few details regarding it earlier this week. Bungie has unveiled this week that the next DLC adventure for Destiny 2 will be arriving on May 8th and is entitled Warmind. The expansion is set to launch alongside the game's Season 3 of content, as well as improvements including private matches, crucible rankings, increased vault space, multi-emotes, and more. Bungie is officially set to unveil the Warmind expansion via a live stream which they will be hosting on April 24th. Blah, getting a little tongue-tied there. Man, I'm rusty at this, I'll tell you that much. Anyway, this is pretty exciting news if you're a Destiny 2 fan like me. Yes, a lot of people are currently upset with the current state of Destiny 2. A lot of people kind of stopped playing after the first DLC expansion, which was Curse of Osiris, and that dropped later. That dropped this past December. It was December, I think. Yeah, it was December. I get December, November. Wasn't really sure, but I'm pretty sure it was December 2nd. Either way, a lot of people were upset with the current state of the game around that time in which that first DLC expansion launched. A lot of people quit playing, moved on to other games. Fortnite has kind of stolen some thunder away from Destiny, as well as other FPS games in general. The Battle Royale genre is kind of sticking its hand into all the other genres and kind of taking players out like thousands by the thousands. So, there's that. But the next big hope for improvement as far as Destiny 2 is concerned is the Warmind expansion. So with this next expansion that is set to come on May 8th, hopefully Bungie is able to, provide the features and improvements that the community has been dying for this game, get it back on track, and hopefully we can see Destiny close to the top as far as, MMOs games are concerned. So if you've been waiting for the longest time like me to jump into the Mega Man X franchise, maybe you've been waiting for Mega Man X remaster titles or something along those lines, this year is finally our year. That's right, if you grew up without a PlayStation platform, you've been stuck on Nintendo platforms all your life, and you haven't been able to experience Mega Man X 4 through 8, our opportunity has finally come. Yes, that's right. Earlier this year, Capcom unveiled that Mega Man X titles would be headed over to next generation platforms via a Mega Man X Collection and a Mega Man X Collection 2, the first in which containing the first 4 titles, I believe, and the second collection containing titles 5 through 8. And they released some new details regarding the collections for those games this week. Mega Man X will be getting his turn in the spotlight for the first time in a long time this year, as the Mega Man X collections have officially been dated for a July 24th release. The collection will launch with Mega Man X games 1 through 4, while the second collection will launch with the Mega Man X games 5 through 8. Both titles in the collection will feature enhanced visuals, an option for a high-resolution filter, an in-game museum to view promotional art, music, and video, and more. Mega Man X Collection 1 and 2 will launch on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the Nintendo Switch on July 24th. I think what I'm most happy about that is that they're launching on the PC and the Nintendo Switch. I almost want to pick up the collections on both platforms, but I feel like that would kind of be a waste of money. Plus, I'm just going to want to play this game on the go anyway, so Nintendo Switch it is. I'm really happy that they are launching on the Nintendo Switch. I was able to mess around with whichever Mega Man X title was on the Super Nintendo Classic. Small little thing that everybody wanted to get their hands on last year that I managed to cop day one. But which game was that? Was that X3 or was that X1? Either way, it proved to be pretty difficult. I'm not a huge player of classic Mega Man titles, so I've really got a lot to learn. I really got a lot to work on in that area. But regardless, I kind of want to play through all of them, 1 all the way through 8, and just experience Mega Man X. I like Mega Man X as a character. Mega Man X is probably my second favorite Mega Man, with Battle Network Mega Man or Mega Man EXE being my favorite. But either way, this summer, July 24th, we're finally going to be able to re-experience all the Mega Man X games. I am super hyped for that. Now, I guess while we're on the topic of nostalgia, we might as well touch on some of the Xbox news regarding the Xbox backwards compatibility feature that Microsoft unveiled this week. So if you've been living under a rock and you have an Xbox One, you probably don't know that I think it was a little later last year, Microsoft unveiled that they would be bringing over classic original Xbox games. Now, not Xbox 360, but the original Xbox One, like the first one. They'd be bringing games from that platform over to the Xbox One via the backwards compatibility program. And while they've kind of been a little bit too slow, I would say, with releasing titles from the original Xbox on the Xbox One via the backwards compatibility program, this week they held a live stream where they announced a freaking ton of titles that are headed to the Xbox One, and yeah, they provided us with some pretty cool details on when we can expect to get our hands on some of those games. Microsoft has announced this week a slew of original Xbox titles that will be headed to the Xbox One via the backwards compatibility program after a slow period of new additions to the feature as far as Xbox original Xbox games are concerned. The company announced a handful of titles that will be coming in two waves, the first wave being on April 17th and the second being on April 26th. Some of the notable titles on the way are Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind, Conquer Live and Reloaded, SSX 3, Star Wars Battlefront 1 and 2, and Blink's The Time Sweeper. Now I gotta tell you guys, these titles, if you saw the list, you probably freaked out like I did, but honestly, my top favorites on there, Blink's the Time Sweeper. I've always wanted to freaking play that game. I've actually never set hands on it. I don't care if it's clunky like Kingdom Hearts 1. I don't care. I just cannot wait to play that game. Blink's the Time Sweeper, SSX 3, obviously, that is one of the main games of my childhood. And what's this other game? Conquer Live and Reloaded. Those are definitely three of my favorites. I hear the first Star Wars Battlefront and the second one are really amazing games as well. I'm not a huge Star Wars fan, so I might just put those on the back burner for now. But either way, I am really happy to see all these games. It's a huge list of games, guys. You gotta go check out the full list on our article on our website. We've got the full list of all the games that are coming. But I mean, I'm so happy that some of these original Xbox games are finally coming over to the Xbox One. I'm crossing my fingers for Jet Set Radio Future. I want that more than anything. That is a day one buy if it finally gets ported over to the Xbox One. And once again, while we are still on the topic of nostalgia, I got a kind of a final bonus announcement for you guys. This one's actually not in my notes, but this announcement took place from Sega, actually, live from their Sega, I think it was Sega Fest Tokyo 2018 event. I guess they announced some of the games that they're working on. It's kind of like their own little press conference, I guess you can say. Since Sega doesn't really do a press conference of their own at the E3, this was kind of their early E3 press conference, I guess you could say. This was technically their E3 press conference. So basically, they came out of nowhere, or I guess not really out of nowhere since they teased it before, but they came out and finally announced that Shenmue 1 and 2 are coming to the PlayStation 4, PC, and Xbox One this year. Yes, now I don't know if these games are going to launch right before Shenmue 3. I have a feeling that Shenmue 3 is probably going to I have a feeling the game is probably going to end up being pushed into 2019, but I could have sworn that they already confirmed the game would be coming out in August or September or something. I feel like it already got confirmed for August or September, but I honestly don't remember. I'm going to have to go and check on that. I don't really remember 100%. It's been a while. But either way, that's right, Shenmue 1 and 2 are coming to next-gen platforms. Unfortunately, they aren't remastered. They're not reimaginings. They're not re-enhanced ports or anything like that. They're just straight-up ports. It's basically exactly what they are. I'm fine with that. I think the development team should focus all of their attention on making Shenmue 3 as best of a game as it possibly can be, especially considering the fact that they don't want Shenmue 3 to be the last game in the series. I think they're actually planning on making Shenmue 4 as well, but in order for them to do that without having to take another freaking decade-long break or 20-year-long break, they need to make sure that Shenmue 3 is the best game as it could possibly be. And in order to do that, I think them not focusing too much on the 1 and 2 ports, re-enhancing the visuals and all that stuff, I think them you know, not having to focus so much on just, you know, ports is a good idea. Just keep all that focus on Shenmue 3. But either way, that has been announced to be coming, so there's no official release date for it yet, but 2018 has been confirmed for. And the teaser trailer did say PlayStation 4 at the end of it, but it is actually coming out on PS4, PC, and Xbox One. So all you guys who have been waiting to get your hands on Shenmue, just play through 1 and 2 before 3 comes out, you could finally be able to do so. I am extremely happy. That announcement basically made my week. Out of any other announcement, I think Shenmue 1 and 2 were definitely the highlights of my week. I've been waiting for that announcement for such a long time. Like it's like an early E3 treat for me, basically. So I'm really stoked to hear about that. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this week's episode of The Link, brought to you by expforall.net. You're probably watching this on a Sunday, but I just want to let you guys know that these are usually going to be coming out on Fridays. If something happens in my personal life, or if I'm not able to do it, like I'm definitely not able to do it on a Friday, I will probably end up doing it on a Saturday or Sunday, sometime before the new week begins, because this is sort of an end of the week video game news update. So either way, if you're watching this one on a Sunday, expect the next one to be on a Friday. Those are the kind of the days that you can expect this to always be up on, is on Friday. But if you guys enjoy this week's update, consider dropping a like to the video, sub to the channel if you haven't done so yet, because I'm going to be doing a lot more content. You know, the Gauge with Glake, those are definitely coming. More of those are coming. More of the links and more daily news updates as well. I'm going to start doing those. So definitely keep an eye out for those on the channel, but you're going to have to hit that sub button if you don't want to miss out. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, like I always say, you guys keep on gaming, and I will see you guys next week. Take care.